foot cramp.
Oh dear. Are you okay?
No.
Can I help you in any way?
It's the kind of cramp that you feel like your life is ending.
Oh yes, I get those. Hello.
Hi, guys.
Welcome back
To another episode of Sometimes Show Us Laughs. I'm Mac.
I'm Jubes.
And today's episode is we're going to do a little history lesson on body trends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put in this on Do Not Disturb.
We thought it'd be fun, funky, and fresh to talk about the absurdities of health and fitness over the past 100 years.
And 'tis the season, right? Like New Year, everyone's trying to get you with your New Year's resolutions of like, come to my gym.
New year, new me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we're doing New Year's Say Must. And we're going to talk about New Year's resolutions. But first, I have an article about why they fail. So I'm going to put it in our description is the word I'm looking for. And it's just a short little article of like New Year's resolutions are toxic. Here's what to do instead, basically. And so I'm just going to read it verbatim. Why do New Year's resolutions tend to fail? Inherently setting goals for the year ahead is not a bad thing. And in fact, it's an attempt at self-improvement that should be celebrated, which I agree with.
Yeah.
However, we already face a lot of external pressure from those around us, like our parents' expectations or society's definition of success. Setting strict New Year's resolutions adds to the pressure we already put on ourselves, and as a result, weighs us down even more. This pressure can lead to feelings of anxiety, false hope syndrome, and severe damage to your self-esteem. I've never heard of false hope syndrome.
I've never heard that definition before.
It's a link, so maybe I'll click it.
I was like, that's interesting to
Yeah, right?
coin that term.
Yeah. And then they say, and unfortunately, if we fail our resolutions, many of us will set even more unrealistic expectations the following year, fueling a vicious cycle of disappointment and negative energy. And that's the exact opposite of what many of us set out to accomplish with our New Year's resolutions to begin with. So some alternatives to New Year's resolutions are to reflect on your successes, which is what we did with our goal setting one. I really liked that. Do what makes you proud. And so for the example is like, everyone loves social butterflies. But why? We hate parties and staying out late. So why are we committing ourselves to going to parties and staying out late kind of thing?
Yeah.
So stay true to yourself. Do what you enjoy. What makes you proud? What makes you excited? So
yeah,
do that and enjoy being yourself, which kind of adds on to that. Change can be good if the right motivation fuel it. Too often we wish we were more like someone else, so we create resolutions to achieve those goals. Make a practice of approaching yourself with self-love and compassion instead, which is really quite sweet. And I feel like that, yeah, I agree.
AKA make goals for the right reasons and don't expect yourself to achieve everything and just because you said so for this year.
Well, and give yourself grace too, right? Like there was lots of things that we didn't like complete last year, like doing a pull-up, right?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to think of myself as a failure because I wasn't able to get a pull-up and have that overshadow everything else that I did last year, you know?
Yeah, totally.
So that's just my thoughts.
Totally.
And then I clicked the link and it didn't really give false hope syndrome, unrealistic expectations of self-change. People appear to behave paradoxically by persisting in repeated self-change attempts despite previous failures. It is argued, though, that self-change attempts provide some initial rewards even when unsuccessful. Feelings of control and optimism often accompany the early stages of self-modification efforts. It is thus important to learn to distinguish between potentially feasible and impossible self-change goals in order to avoid overconfidence and false hopes leading to eventual failure and distress. So I guess just know your limits, stay within it.
Yeah. It feels like it doesn't need to be a syndrome. It feels like it's just false hope.
Yeah. It's just know what you're capable of.
Unless you can be chronically false hope.
I guess. But is that not just being delusional?
Delulu?
Yeah. Because it...
Fall Hulu?
Falulu?
Falulu? Falulu? Delulu or Falulu?
Yeah. Exactly. I have the Fulu Syndrome. That sounds terrible.
Yeah, I was diagnosed with Fulu. It's the DSM-7. Look it up.
DSM-7? We don't even have the 6th. Oh, that's good stuff. Fulu.
All right.
So if we don't get any of our New Year's resolutions, did we Fulu?
Yeah, all diagnoses with Fulu.
Yeah. That's amazing. But it's literally, and that works really well for this body trends and health myths, because some of these trends you're unable to achieve.
Oh, yeah.
So you go full
like, genetically.
Fulu. Yeah. Yeah. And so like when I was talking to one of the guys at the gym, like one of the trainers or whatever, and he was like, show me the person you want to like base your body off of, kind of like, what are your goals?
Yeah.
And so I showed him and he was like, oh, okay, no, that's very attainable. Like I only asked because some people, their goals aren't attainable naturally.
Yeah.
Like you need to be, what did he say? Taking some special pills or something. So just, but it's steroids, right? Like, he's like, I just want to make sure that your goals are attainable so that you don't fall into the Fulu Syndrome cycle.
He said verbatim. That was like a direct quote from the trainer at the gym.
Yes. I recorded it just for this moment.
Play the recording. Roll the tape.
I can't do a good voice right
check,
now.
1 2 1 2.
Literally, I learned why they say mic check.
Oh,
yeah.
Other than just like a test
squirrel.
Yeah.
Because it tests the highs and lows of the microphone. So if it's
like
pitchy,
the words itself?
Yeah, the words itself. When you say mic check or testing, it checks the up and lows of your voices or whatever. Or if it's like, if the tests are harsh or whatever, they know what to like change.
Like I didn't think that had anything to do with the word itself, other than
Me
like
neither.
Like I thought the word was just so that when people are like, well, what the fuck's going on? God, is that you?
No, it's literally there's apparently reasons behind it, and I don't know if we just like chose the words and got lucky.
Yeah,
it's kind of like the chicken and the egg situation.
Yeah, it feels like testing is a good thing to say when you're testing out a microphone.
Yeah, but it's a really good thing to say because it tests out the microphone, because it has the harsh phonetics and the soft and
Interesting.
So the more you know.
Yeah. Wow. I had something I was going to say and I went blank immediately. I went no.
All done. Okay, so to start out, I guess. Oh, we didn't do an intro of like
we did an intro.
What's new with you?
we didn't do a catch-up.
Well, like it feels way too early to just dive into the mean potatoes of the episode.
Yeah, I know. I guess, okay, so time of recording, it is December 19th.
Yeah.
And so what I've been doing this past week is prepping for Christmas.
Yep.
As best as I can with minimal to no funds.
Mm-hmm.
So I did the bulk of my Christmas shopping in July.
Yeah, you were very smart. You hopped on a bunch of sales then.
Yeah, because there was a butt ton of sales because no one's buying stuff in the middle of summer, really.
Yeah.
Like, unless it's bikinis, and I'm not buying someone a bikini for Christmas unless I know they have a reason for it.
Did you get me a bikini?
No. But then so I got everyone like something, like one item. And I was like, because I know I have money now. I don't know what my money's going to be like come December.
Yeah.
Because I knew my life circumstances. And then, so I did that. And then, there was a 70% off sale at Chapters. And so,
I can't believe I missed that. I'm still upset about it.
Yeah. I got something that was like retail price, like $120 for $40.
Yeah. That's so nice.
I was like, sold.
Yeah.
So I got everyone one thing. And so now that I'm working and I know what my finances are like, I'm like, okay, now I have to like, there's a few other things that I want. I had ideas. I'm an idea girl. I like, when I have something in my mind, I'm like, I have to bring this to fruition.
Yeah.
And so that's one of your gifts. And it's currently,
oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
It's on order. It's scheduled to come in January 1st. So
that's okay. I thought of a really good gift for you today. But it's 5 days before Christmas or 6 days before Christmas, and it would not be here in time. And I'm just so I don't know if I should order it.
I mean, you're getting your Christmas gift in January so I can give you a complete set.
Maybe I will. I think it'll be pretty funny.
But it's one of those things I looked at my list because I was like, okay, like yours is one. I'm like, okay, I want to get like just another piece, you know?
Yeah.
And then so I was like, oh, looked at my list of like ideas.
I'm so intrigued.
I think you're gonna like it, but I think it's also gonna make you freeze initially. Like I feel like it's gonna have to, for you to start using it, it's gonna take you like a step.
I'm so nervous now.
I think you're gonna love the idea of it, but for you to actually use it, I think it's gonna take you like a little bit of like courage to use it. That sounds wrong, but it's not.
Yeah, I was like, did you give me a sex toy?
No, it's not.
That's my first thought.
It's very, very PG. Like it's nothing like, yeah.
Oh wow, I'm so intrigued.
It's nothing kinky. It's nothing weird. It's just like obscure and nothing you would ever really buy for yourself.
Bikini?
No,
because that checks most of those boxes.
No, it's obscure and it's something that, because I know you, I know you'll enjoy, but you'd never think to get it for yourself.
I'm excited. Okay.
Yeah. So
wow.
I know.
January 1st is so far away now. It was like 19 days ago.
Yeah.
Or 12 days ago or whatever this comes out.
So I've been doing that, and then I went Amazon crazy for my Christmas shopping because I'm like, do you think I have time to go to the mall at this time?
Yeah. Sheridan's coming down tomorrow, and I was like, do you want me to cross hard? Because I'm just gonna, it's just gonna be 2 days, it's gonna suck, and we're just gonna get all of our shopping done and just be done with it.
Yeah.
And it'll just,
at least you have like midday times to do it.
Yeah. And like it's during the week, so it hopefully shouldn't be too crazy. And I have lists of everything that I want to buy. So it should be in my brain right now. It's very in and out.
Yeah.
So
that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Hopefully. We'll see.
Did you ever return the book that I got you?
I did. I did go to Chapters right after brunch.
Yeah, so you did go right after,
Yeah, I did go right after. I didn't buy anything because I don't have a book in mind, and I know there's one that's coming out at the end of January.
Did they just give you a credit then or something?
Yeah, they gave me another gift card.
Oh, nice.
Just put on there.
Sweet.
So I was like, I returned it. She's like, any reason? I was like, I already have this one at home. She's like, do you still have this card? I was like, no, it's a gift. She's like, oh, okay, we'll just put it on a gift card. I was like, thank you.
Yeah. No. For reference, for Journey's birthday, I had nothing. My brain was empty. I was like, I don't know what to get her. And Journey, I'm like, okay, books. You're really in your book game right now.
Yep.
I walked over to the fantasy section and I went, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Picked up a book, Googled, is blank good? Is blank spicy?
Does blank have fairy porn?
Yeah, exactly. And I was like, I avoided Sarah Maas because you've already read ACOTAR and I thought you had bought the ACOTAR books, but turns out you hadn't bought the books.
But I read all of her series and I'm restarting them again.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, it turns out I could have done that one for you. But then long story short, I got Journey a book that she already has. And
yeah. It was a good book though.
That's good.
It was a good book. I just finished the third one of that series and it sucked so hard.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be done with it, even though I think there's a fourth and a fifth book coming out of that series.
It just like ruined
But she just like ended it in a really good way where you don't have to read the fourth. Because it just kind of like ties up almost everything in a neat little bow, and you like the characters are happy and in love and together, and you're like, yay, this is exciting. So you can just like be done with it.
Yeah. That's fair.
So I was like, perfect, love it, good.
Yeah. Love her, leave her alone.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, I don't care about any of the rest of this.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Definitely.
But then I also saw a reading order list combining that series and another one that's kind of the same, so you can kind of like intermingle them, because apparently there's things in one book that you need to make sense for the other book.
Interesting.
And so I was like, okay, am I about to read this whole series again?
You got me.
Shoot. These targeted ads are really targeted.
Tag, I'm it.
Yeah, literally. So who knows?
Okay, that's good.
Gotta refinish ACOTAR though. So
you got Christmas shopping, and then anything else? Any other points?
Yeah, so my family's coming here for Christmas again. I realized I said that in another episode, but I don't remember when it came out.
Yeah, it's been a blur.
Yeah, the episodes I've been editing have just been all out of order, and I'm like, I don't know.
Going back to your regularly scheduled programming won't be as far in advance.
Yeah, it'll be after this one. It'll be pretty regular.
Yeah.
What was I? Oh yeah, so I just have to I gotta go grocery shopping, so I gotta brave Costco and the mall in this Christmas hell. Luckily, I'll have my emotional support sister with me.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, just kind of get ready for everyone to have Christmas here, which won't be too bad, but
yeah,
just mostly mentally preparing and just like kind of cleaning and making sure that it's accessible for my grandparents because they're quite old. So I'm trying to make sure that like there's lots of seating areas and like it's good. So I think I'm going to move our coffee table out of our living room just for the time being because it takes up so much room there that they won't be able to move around. And I feel like we'll be spending a lot of our time in the living room anyways.
Yeah.
So
that's fair.
Yeah.
The only thing I really need to do for Christmas dinner gatherings and whatnot. So I went to my boyfriend's family's house the other weekend and they had this drink and they call it sorrel. And
like the boot?
Well, you'd think it's like sorrel boot. No, it's so it's Jamaican. He's from Barbados, but they have like the Caribbean. It's a Caribbean drink, and it's basically hibiscus steeped with like Christmas spices.
Interesting.
To make like a mulled wine-esque flavored drink, but they drink it cold.
So it's like a Christmas iced tea.
Pretty much.
Is it good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It tastes just like, because it steeps like hibiscus, cinnamon, allspice, oranges, all that kind of stuff. And you like steep it and then you let it sit in the fridge for X number of days or whatever. But I'm like, I like mulled wine.
Yeah.
And so I can see myself drinking this as like an apple cider, but like a hibiscus cider.
I feel like warm would be really good.
Yeah. And he's like, absolutely not, cold is the way to go because that's Caribbean.
Yeah.
But yeah. And so we had it at his house a few weeks ago. And so now I'm on the hunt for the best place to get hibiscus.
Where you work has that?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
So I'm lucky that where I work has it. It has the exact type. And so just like, I hope it turns out okay. So I'm going to try my hand at making this spiced hibiscus.
I wish I liked hibiscus more because that sounds really yummy.
When I make it, or if I'm good at it, I'll bring some to you and like so you can try it. Just to like, because it's so uniquely tasty.
Weird. I would never have thought of putting like Christmas spices with hibiscus.
No, me neither. But, perks of Caribbean boyfriend.
Expanding your culture.
Yeah, exactly.
Fun. Okay.
Trying all sorts of Caribbean foods that some hit and some miss. So
yeah,
this is one that hit for me. I was like, you know what? I'm craving that like as a warm beverage.
Sweet.
So I'm going to try my hand at making that.
We love to see it.
Yeah. Okay.
And speaking of hitting and missing, body trends.
Weak transitions hit again.
That was a great one.
I don't know. You thought of it all. I thought our cult indoctrination one.
That one was terrible.
It's one of my favorite ones.
Oh, sweet. Yeah. So we're just gonna touch on a little bit of like women's and body trends throughout history.
Yeah, we have some men's, but it's been less fluctuation.
The men's was really interesting to see what fluctuation it has. Like it doesn't fluctuate every 10 years. It was more like every 50.
Yeah.
It changed.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
So when we were brainstorming, did I bring up this episode to you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I had seen a TikTok by, I said it's so like enunciated. A TikTok.
Oh, it sounded great.
I was like, whoa. Didn't
notice.
Normally I mumble, so.
I'm just focused so hard that the door is closed and it's really throwing me off.
So on this TikTok, it was by Quinn. Her @ is Rehab Bestie. That was a fun one to.
Oh man, I've been trying so hard to figure out what that said.
How did you read it? How did you read it?
I literally couldn't read it. I just like skimmed over it because the bees beside each other like threw me off and I don't know what it was.
Yeah. Rehab Bestie. Either way.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
I saw a TikTok and I saved it. And when we were planning for these next couple months, I was like, idea.
Mm-hmm.
And basically her Roman Empire was talking about like body myths over the decades.
Yeah.
So that was, you can tell when that trend was if you follow.
Yeah,
those.
if you follow TikTok.
Yeah. So she's like, my Roman Empire is this. And then she kind of goes through everything. And so basically what she talks about, you had done on your own research. And then I just like added in. So a lot of our sources come from a variety of internet sources, but it started with Rehab Bestie for me.
Sick. Yeah. And yeah, I guess by extension, it also started with Rehab Bestie for me too.
Louise.
I'm sure you sent it to me, but I don't,
No idea.
I don't know. Anyway,
Cool.
So we have the women's trends separated in 2 decades. A big thank you to Persona Nutrition for working with Sometimes Ciabatta Slaps. Persona Nutrition ships customized vitamins and supplements to you each month. All you need to do is take their short quiz on their website and they will build you the perfect pack of vitamins. With subscription, you also have access to nutritionists online, so if you have any health concerns or questions, you will be directed with a nutritionist in no time. The vitamin packs come with the cutest little wrapper with your name on it and a list of supplements inside. If you want more information, there is a blog on their website with tons of additional information. Right now, get 50% off your first month subscription with the link on our website. If you want to get into supplements and vitamins and all that good stuff, head on over to sometimesciabattaslaps.com for more information. So in the 1910s, there's an hourglass figure with a cinched waist, and then this more rounded shoulders, rounded boobs, small waist, corset era. I feel like a lot of us can kind of envision the style of the 1910s.
Just delicate, round, feminine.
Yeah, very feminine.
Yeah. And then we hit the 1920s, which is thin with no curves. The boxier, the better. Because it's the flapper era, right? So flat chest, boyish bodies, short girls were favored, like about 5 feet. Cigarettes over sweets because you're trying to have 0 body fat. That's the
wild.
Goal. That was actually one of the I'm pretty sure it was like in news articles and stuff. It's like, don't have a sweet, have a cigarette because.
Well, they're like hunger suppressants.
Yeah.
Wild.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thinking back to when we worked at the coffee shop and there were days where I was like, man, I need to start smoking just so I don't have to take a lunch break. Should have maybe told me how toxic our workplace was.
Oh my God.
So yeah, that's a long time ago. I really hated the flapper era. Because I really wanted to be a fashion designer, so I was big into like the history of fashion and stuff.
Yeah.
And I could not stand the flapper era. I just thought it was like so, like I didn't love like the short hair with like the headbands and the feather and like the short little flapper dresses. I just was not into it.
I think it's fun. Like the parties, I can imagine them being really fun.
Yes, yeah.
Because like Gatsby and all that stuff. But yeah, I definitely, I don't think I would thrive in that area.
Yeah, me neither.
Being a curvy girl who looks god awful with a bob.
Same, but I'm not that curvy. Is Gatsby, like the Great Gatsby, was that a real story? Or
it's a story,
but Scott Fitzgerald just...
Yeah, it's a story. I don't think it's based on a real story.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe secretly, but no.
Yeah, okay.
I don't think it's a real person.
Because I wasn't sure, and then I was like, maybe it was.
No, but The Wolf of Wall Street is a real story.
Yeah, because it was about Jordan Belfort. Because of the song.
Because Gatsby and
Leonardo DiCaprio.
It is, but also like the stories, like the rich dude out of nowhere. It just like they just mesh in my brain.
That's funny. I followed your train of thought, but it was just different things that got me to where you were at. That's funny. Yeah. Same with the Revenant or whatever.
Revenant. Yeah, I love when he called it a bear.
Titanic.
Jordan Belfort when he climbed the bear, man.
It just really got me.
I've been getting dirty money, Jordan Belfort.
Oh man. Okay. Moving on. To the 1930s, where it was more of like a curvy body with a slim waist. So curves are back in, but not too curvy. A B cup is ideal, I guess. Long, thin legs, tall as back, baby. Yeah. The Wonder Bread diet era. I didn't know Wonder Bread was from the 1930s. Yeah,
apparently it was one of the ones like sliced Wonder Bread was like a thing during this time.
Weird.
So I found out.
Well, I guess that would have been the Depression era.
But then when I looked into it, I was like, hey, what the heck is the Wonder Bread diet? And so I found this website that if you click on the link,
okay,
you can see a bunch of old advertisements for weight loss by eating like bread. So it's like, I smoke a Lucky instead of eating sweets. It's toasted.
I love it.
The slender silhouette no longer means starvation.
Wild.
You can climb 460 steps on one slice of bread. Bread is a valuable source of our greatest fuel we need. Sustained energy, too, the kind to keep you going for hours. So if you want to get a lot done and feel splendidly energetic for work and play and eat plenty of bread, at least 6 slices a day to help supply the needed energy. Well, I read that so badly, but
so they just discovered carbs.
Yeah, essentially.
They were like, you need the blood sugar spike from a carb to like.
Essentially, it's like we can't survive off of cigarettes. We need carbs.
Interesting.
So we'll add this into the description.
Those are so fun to look at.
Right? You can do an hour's ironing on 2 slices of bread.
I was just gonna read that. I'm now gonna measure my task because if I'm ever in like ADHD paralysis, I can't decide what to do. I'll just be like, this task will take me 2 slices of bread. This is a 2 bread friggin' task.
Like, do you tire easily? Feel down during the day? Worn out when the evening comes? Your trouble may that you're not eating enough energy foods. Bread is a valuable source of food energy everyone needs. So make bread a part of every meal, at least 6 slices a day for each one in the family. So it's saying
you just mean because you're eating only bread.
A family for these 6 slices per person.
Oh my gosh.
You're just
no wonder the Wonder Breads are so long. You have to feed a whole family. Oh my goodness. Okay, but I'm shocked that in the 1930s curves were back in because it was Depression era. So I kind of feel like it should be like a more of a sicker body type should be in.
But maybe it's more desired because most people were sick.
Yeah, that makes sense actually.
Right?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So then we hop into the 40s where like a taller and more like square figure was the thing. So we're looking for angles, we're looking for broad shoulders, long thin necks, tiny waist, and bullet bras. So you want big boobs, broad shoulders, basically.
I'm in the 1940s.
If you had spiky boobs, that would be
get pointier.
Plot twist, I bought you a bullet bra.
I would freeze if I saw that. No, I hate the look of the pointy boobs.
But they just want like, you want long, lean, angular, and just like, boom. Like
you want to be kind of shaped like a Dorito in every way.
Yeah, we're talking sexy pizza slice here.
Ooh. I liked that. I can like imagine the house, like the cartoon housewives, like when they style them kind of like this with like the super cinched waist, the triangular like body, upper body,
like kind of Jetsons-y.
Yeah,
but she's not fully, but yeah, she's like angular.
I don't know who it is I'm picturing, but I can like see her.
You see her
as much as I can without being able to picture things in my brain.
Yep.
So then in the 1950s, larger hips and fuller busts are in. Skinny is out. Bye bye Jubes. Weight gain products started being sold Marilyn Monroe era.
Yeah.
Which I would have thought Marilyn Monroe would be more of a 1940s because her body is very, I guess, no. Who am
She's
I
not angular.
Of? No, she's not.
She's curvy. She was like the sexy fat girl.
Right, but she wasn't even fat. She just had a regular body.
Yeah.
Who am I thinking of that wore the pointy bras? Is that Madonna?
Madonna did.
1940s feels way too early for Madonna.
Madonna's 80s. Though.
Okay.
But yeah, she did wear pointy. Like, she was very, pop.
Yeah.
80s pop.
Yeah.
Which included spiky bras and stuff too. So.
I don't know who I'm thinking of, but yeah.
Yeah. Do you remember? Maybe you don't remember. Maybe this is a niche thing to me. I don't know.
I wasn't alive in the 1950s.
No, me neither.
Okay.
Just making sure. For clarification.
I'm not a vampire.
I may be a year older than you, but I was not alive in the 50s.
Oh, I heard 50 years older than me. My mistake.
No, what I was saying is like when I was in like junior high and high school, a lot of the girls who were just like average or like larger for high school, but average size for any adult. They were always like, well, I'm like a Marilyn Monroe. Like the biggest thing was like, it was like thigh gaps versus thigh diamond or whatever.
Oh.
Which is like the diamond is like the gap between like butt cheeks and thighs touching and all that kind of thing. Like,
yeah, I was never a part of that.
I just remember being a thing because we had such a, maybe the diversity in my school or whatnot. But it was like this back and forth of like our generation, like fighting diet culture of like the 90s, early 2000s, which we'll get into. And then being like, well, Marilyn Monroe was like sexy, like have some meat on your bones. So like,
yeah,
all of a sudden, like Marilyn Monroe was like this empowerment figure for everyone who was like grew up around the starve yourself 90s and 2000s.
Interesting.
Days.
No, I always thought, I didn't realize that Marilyn Monroe was just a regular body type. I always thought she was like super skinny and like,
yeah,
like the typical like, I guess more of like the 1940s, I guess, like I said, like cinched waist, big boobs, like curvy hips, but like skinny.
Yeah, she was. Like,
I didn't realize she was just like a regular girl.
Yeah, but they put her out to be this like large, audacious woman. So
interesting. No, the only thing I really remember that would be kind of similar to that is there was something about like if you can hold a pencil between your thighs or something. I don't remember if it was like good or bad or whatever. I remember like vaguely.
Well, that was like the preference or whatnot.
Be a thigh gap test or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah. I don't know.
Crazy.
I was never a part of that.
Yeah. And then we hop into the 1960s where the goal is to be ultra slim with no curves. So we're back to the flapper era in many ways.
Yeah.
Because Twiggy is our it girl. Weight loss is back, including amphetamines. A lot of people went on amphetamines to lose all this weight again to get to like Twiggy.
Well, we love healthy weight loss.
Yeah. And so we're aiming for like 5'6", 95 pounds. Like that's the target.
Interesting. Weird, because I definitely still had the 1960s and the 1940s as very similar style eras.
Yeah. And of course, like there's overlap, right? Not everyone's like jumping.
Yeah.
It's going off of like following like media trends.
Interesting. And then we also have the 1970s, which is small hips and flat stomach. Farrah Fawcett is the it girl, long and lean, but athletic too, for more of like the toned look. And again, what were we talking about where it's like the false hope syndrome? A lot of women can't have small hips because you need like we're genetically predisposed to have larger hips because we need a bigger pelvis so that we can have kids. So it's like, that's an example of a false hope syndrome, a falulu, because you literally can't have small hips. Like, so it's genetically impossible.
Yeah.
For like, yeah. So that's just my opinion. And flat tummies too, right? Like, you that's also sometimes hard, like impossible.
Yeah.
To do it healthily, I guess.
Definitely. So, and then we hop into the 80s where we just take that toned look and we go extreme with it. So we're talking like Jane Fonda, masculine, muscly, athletic workout. This is when you're wearing your like neon shorts underneath your leotard and you're doing jazzercise, and that's the vibe. But we want like rock hard Pilates muscles.
Yes. Yeah, very, very lean, very toned, but still strong.
Yeah.
So I just had to Google what Farrah Fawcett actually looked like.
Yeah, she's like your classic, like wispy hair, model-esque.
Well, I was just like, I don't know what her body looks like. Just a regular girl. Yeah, so then we have the 1990s, and this is where, in my opinion, it gets like super toxic. And we're all still recovering from the chokehold the 1990s has on women. So it's the extremely thin, like wayfish figure where you're very thin, like you're basically anorexic. There's low fat diets and Spanx because heaven forbid you have boobs or a butt or thighs or any sort of extra on your body.
Yeah, this is like very like borderline, like kind of drug addict thin, like
yeah, literally
you are malnourished.
Very much so. It's the whole like, oh, I ate an almond today, and so that means I can only have half an almond tomorrow. Kind of thing. It's where the almond mom comes in.
Yeah, definitely. Which brings us into the 2000s where we put on a little bit more meat, but like not too much. And so it's like a toned, slim body. So you're looking for like, you want to keep this like anorexic vibe to you, but you want to add a 6-pack.
Yeah, you don't want to be able to see all of your ribs, but just like some of them.
Yeah, exactly. And so we're thinking Britney Spears at her peak. But even with Britney, there was like this whole scandal. It was like made morning television and in the news when she had a little bit more fat around her stomach than we're used to. And they were like bashing her, calling her a whale, like doing all these things.
And it's things like that. There's like no wonder women have terrible body issues because we're just being fat shamed for existing. And it's like, oh, I'm so sorry that I bloat a little bit more when I'm like menstruating or in my like phase leading up to menstruation because my body's preparing to have a child. Yeah. Like, I'm so sorry that inconveniences you. Yeah. So then we're into the 2010s. It's more of an hourglass figure with fuller curves. The Brazilian butt lifts are in the Kardashian body, like just the extreme hourglass figures.
And this is what I'm talking about, where you can tell the whole like we lived in the, like what I was saying, the battle between like the thigh gap or no thigh gap.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's this transition here. It's like the 2000s into the 2010s kind of thing.
Yeah.
So
wild. Well, yeah, and I feel like the 2010s is when like fillers and like Botox and plastic surgery and stuff really became almost more accessible. Yeah. Or it's like less of a taboo to have that done in you. So people are more like, ooh, okay, well, the Kardashians are getting this done, so I'm also going to get this done because it's quote unquote in. Definitely. And then now we're in the 1920s. Woo! 2020s. So the quote unquote natural is in right now because the Kardashians have removed all their implants. Yep. So we're looking for like a BBL, but like natural and small and like thin curves and like nothing. We're not talking like dramatic, boisterous in your face as much. Yeah. It's almost just accentuating what you have already. Yeah. But still you gotta be a little bit curvy, which can be like unattainable for some, right? Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it's like now it's crazy because like celebrities make such an impact on this, right? Yeah, which is really annoying because they have like it's hard for people to attain it when someone can just pay $10,000 for a plastic surgeon to make them the in thing. And I also feel like with the 2020s, like gym bods are coming back. Yeah. Yeah. Because I feel like a lot of people, or at least the bodies that I'm looking at or whatever, it's, I guess a lot of the like gym girls are like flatter chested and like huge glutes. And that feels like the trend that we're going into right now. Oh, totally. Very much so. Thing. But it all falls along the like the natural. Everyone wants a butt still, but it's it's more like retaliation against plastic surgery. You know, there are still the chunk of people who are, of course, getting their sketchy injections and BBLs and all that kind of stuff. I'm very intrigued with what the 2030s will hold, especially because we are very much in this. I feel like we're moving towards more of like your body is beautiful. Like you don't need to follow this trend. Like just be happy in the skin you're in. Like kind of mindset. But if we're mimicking history or whatever. Yeah, I had a scary thought about that. 1980s was the athletic. So we're about to go into the wayfish. Yeah. I don't think we will though. Because I feel like people who are like in control of that have lived through the 1990s. Yeah. So they know that that's not ideal. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because even though we were the tail end of the 1990s, we are still somehow traumatized from the 1990s, early 2000s. Yeah. So I feel like if we're in charge of what's beautiful in the 2030s, we're not going to revert back to that. But on that argument, though, we're talking about like, say kids in the 60s or whatever, the skinny era. Yeah. They would have been like
parents or whatnot in the 90s.
I guess. So I guess it would have been the same kind of thing then.
Yeah, you kind of revert back to whatever. So
yeah.
So it's a matter of like, if we follow in spite of or just in trend. Because one thing I will say, Generation Alpha is unhinged. So Lord knows what they're going to be into.
That's true. That's true.
Because they're like, yeah, Gen Z had like a little dabble in like the Tide Pod kind of shit.
I forgot about that. But a little dabble in eating laundry detergent.
The Generation Alpha is like unhinged. I feel like they would put Tide Pods in a crack pipe.
Yeah, 100%.
Do off the wall.
They would find a way to butt chug a Tide Pod or something. Yeah, okay.
So I'm slightly concerned because I don't know what to expect from Gen Alpha.
But no, that's fair. Okay, so on a completely different topic, I had a thought of like, because I saw something at the beginning of 2020s when everyone's like, yay, like maybe we'll have like the flapper era, Great Gatsby, like all the fun parties and stuff are going to be coming back.
Oh yeah.
And then my mind
we got the plague instead.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, it kind of feels like we're in the Depression era. And then my brain was like, did we just lose 10 years? Like, did someone just change time and we just lost 10 years?
Yeah.
Like, maybe that's what happened at Y2K, because I feel like 2016 was prime flapper era for us. But yeah, so I kind of went down that rabbit hole just quickly, and it was a little scary for a second there. But yeah, so men.
Oh, men.
Their trends they're very interesting because I'd never looked at the male body trends.
Like I've seen it with like styles, like hairstyles, outward appearances, but yeah, not body trends.
Yeah. So in the late 1800s to early 1900s, having a wide waist and ample frame showed higher economic status. Basically, if you weren't just stick thin, you were considered attractive because you had money to eat.
Yeah, and I knew that with like for women too, right? Like you wanted to be the chubbier, the bustier, the better.
That's the same with like Queen Victoria, where she was like a fuller person or woman. But
Jesus,
that's what was viewed as beautiful for that time. Like, yeah. Anyway,
definitely. And then the 1920s to the 1950s, it was more of an athletic, lean, clean cut. Because of the invention of motion pictures, made it known that cameras make people look heavier or on screen.
Yeah, which I thought that was very interesting. How like the invention of the camera like influenced, and I wonder, because that was 1920s to 50s. Yeah, for women, it was still pretty slim then as well. Yeah. And then mid 60s to 70s, thin and slender, no muscle tone, trim waist, slender chest, arms and legs.
Hippy dippy.
Yeah.
Peace and love, bro.
Yeah. Long and skinny.
Long hair, mustache.
Yeah.
Bell bottoms.
Yeah.
The vibe.
We love to see it.
1980s bodybuilding also hit the men. So bulging muscles is what you want.
Yeah, it was all the rage because that was like Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone, like all those guys. And the 1990s to 2000s, athletic, muscular, and lean, but not as lean as the 1970s.
Yeah,
I believe they mention
Chad Michael Murray.
Oh, that's a great example.
Yeah,
even just like
every Y2K football player,
just like Ken,
quarterback,
like a Ken Barbie.
Yeah,
like that's 1990s to 2000s, just defined, but not excessive. Yeah.
And then 2015 to present, dad bod. But I also think there is a sprinkle of like the gym bro still in there.
Yeah, I agree.
Like the boys are still wanting to work out.
Yeah.
And some definitely dabble in roids.
Yeah. Well, I feel like the way they describe dad bod from this source wasn't what you think of when you think of a dad bod.
How do they describe it?
It was just like athletic, muscular, and lean, but with a fuller torso.
Okay.
So instead of like the V, like because you know how men are kind of Dorito shaped.
Yeah. Zesty ranch.
So many thoughts. They're just like they're more rectangular shaped.
Okay. I can kind of see that. When I think dad bod, I definitely think like enjoys a good beer, but can
like,
also lift some weight if necessary.
Broad shoulder, bigger stomach.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe my interpretation of what they wrote is different.
Yeah.
But yeah.
No, I think of like, slightly bigger, like a chubbier around the belly.
I almost think of like a beer gut.
Yeah.
When I think of dad bod.
Yeah.
But I think
but not so far.
I think they just mean like Jason Momoa. Like just like thick, like strong guy.
A lukewarm beer gut. We're not going in hot. We're just going in a little.
I can't see your abs unless you flex.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. And so I can see that. But there are definitely some roid monkeys at the gym. Dude,
yeah. I was at the gym the other day. I was the only girl in the gym. And I was huh. I don't know. I don't like this game anymore. Especially because there was one guy who like was always just managed to be like working out beside me. And I was like, stop following me.
Oh, yeah.
But no, it was fine.
So with body trends, I then was like, okay, let's dive into like bizarre fitness trends or health and wellness kind of related things. And so I found an article.
I just read the title of the link that you...
Vintage photos of bizarre exercise fads from the last 100 years that we hope never come back. Is the article. It's from Business Insider. So big thank you to Blueland for working with Sometimes Spotted Slaps. If you're passionate about the earth and a clean home, then these are the cleaning products for you. Blueland is a company that sells eco-friendly cleaning products on a subscription basis. You can buy the welcome kit, which comes with dissolvable tablets of the products and reusable containers for each product. I got the Clean Sweet kit, which comes with a foaming hand soap, laundry detergent, powder dish soap, dishwasher detergent, multi-surface cleaner and bottle, bathroom cleaner and bottle, and glass and mirror cleaner and bottle. And I love it so far. It has done exactly what I need it to do. So there are so many kits that you can get. And once you have what you need, then the tablets can be mailed out as needed. So you can just order the tablets and you don't have to get rid of the bottle as if what you do when you go to the grocery store now. So we love that they don't send out useless plastic bottles with each product, and you can just pop a tablet into the bottle and reuse it. So if you're interested in incorporating Blueland products into your everyday life, click the link in our description and or on our website. So the first one that they talk about is this like vibrating belt.
Oh yeah.
And it's basically like it massages your stomach and vibrates fat off of your body.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Essentially. And again, this will also be in the link below, or maybe Jordan, if she feels like it, she can add photos into the video.
My grandparents had something like that, but instead of it going around your stomach, you just stood on it.
Yeah.
And it just vibrated you.
So we have one of those too.
Do you actually?
Yeah.
That's funny.
We do. But no, so this one's just like a belt that they had on a machine that just like, imagine it's like massaging your arm really fast. That's kind of what the idea of what it does. And it's supposed to like shake the fat away. In the 40s, women would spend time in a slenderizing salons.
Oh dear.
Where machines like the Slendo massager were used. So same idea, but like more intimidating because you're around a machine that has a whole bunch of vibrating mechanisms around every limb.
Wild.
I just like have like a bad vision of like just like catching like a piece of skin or something.
Yeah, I feel like it can't not be painful.
Yeah, no. But you just like sit and they look like springs. Now they went away from like the fabric and they went to metal for
because that makes sense.
Reason.
Yeah, literally. Jeez.
Yeah. And there was different types. You could like standing, and then there was sitting ones, so you could knit while your legs are being worked out.
That's the dream. Screw walking on a treadmill at a desk. I almost said I would have a vibrator at my desk, and that's not quite how I meant that was gonna sound. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And then there's like these like puffy suits, which are supposed to be like a portable sauna.
Oh yeah, I've seen those.
So you just sit in this like inflatable hot suit and just sweat out your problems. And then there's one they actually had with arms, so you can read a book while your internal temperature is 108.
That sounds terrible. Oh my goodness, that's so crazy.
Yeah, this photo really gets me.
Yeah, I've seen that. I love that.
It gets me.
Oh my gosh.
It's a good one. And then there was an electrical current fad.
Okay, because I saw on this link, because I didn't click it, so for the surprise factor, and it says, hashtag electrical currents were also used in small baths to stimulate blood circulation.
Yeah, so that's what this is. So this photo that Journey's referencing is a woman sitting on a chair with all 4 of her limbs in water baths that are connected to electricity.
Ah, that's so counterintuitive.
So think toaster in a bathtub, but controlled.
Not lethal,
but controlled.
Weird.
Uh-huh.
Because
Yeah.
I'd like to look more into that one specifically just because I'm so intrigued.
So apparently the theory of this one is like the small electrical currents were supposed to give you the same results as exercise. So, however, instead of actually moving and working up a sweat, users were able to lay down and relax.
I don't understand how just like having your hands in them causes you to lose weight though.
It's like sending electrical pulses through your body.
Yeah, I guess.
That's the idea. So it's great.
Weird.
In the 50s, masks were used to exercise facial muscles.
Okay.
So there's like
that's terrifying.
Of a woman who kind of looks like Leatherface.
These pictures will be on the video for those of you. Holy cow.
Maybe we'll put them on our Instagram too. We have to share this.
Those are scary.
Yeah.
So how does that exercise your facial muscles?
You just had someone massaging your face with this mask on it, and it's supposed to. I think it's supposed to be a similar idea to like
a lymph
to now
massage?
We have those like electrical like zappers, like face zappers.
I haven't seen those.
One of them's called like New Me or something, and so one of them's called like New Face, and it's basically like this little thing. It sends like electrical like pulses in your face, and it's supposed to like release like muscles and like give yourself a facelift. It's a similar idea as like
I didn't realize it had electrical impulses. I thought it was just kind of like a fancier gua sha.
No, this one has electrical impulses.
Interesting. Okay.
In the 50s, there's also a mechanical bowl type exercise equipment that used to ride.
And see, that's a good idea because it really trains your core and your legs.
Yeah.
So
just
that makes
bring back
sense.
the mechanical bowl, just like,
but also like just ride horses.
Find your local country bar near you, and
yeah, or just become a bull rider. I don't know what to tell you.
Maybe not.
You'll lose some weight, that's for sure.
We were watching a YouTube video about Bodacious the bull that killed bull riders and stuff like that.
Oh, wild.
Yeah, it had like this like thing. It's like one of the only bulls known to like throw its head back, and so it like knocked faces in.
Wild.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Springs were also used as tension apparatuses while wearing high heels, of course. So it's like, think resistance band, but for your ankles, and a spring instead of just a band.
It's like you've been shackled.
Pretty well. Or some people would use hamster wheels. So you think of like, you know, those like circus wheels?
Mm-hmm.
Like that.
I don't understand. I guess core maybe, but also...
Definitely core.
Just like do a plank.
So women would use the wheel in their local gyms for sport.
I love that. I feel like we're missing out. Bring back the hamster wheel.
And the gyro wheel was also considered exercise equipment. It's like the hamster wheel, but like more intense.
I don't even know what that picture is showing me.
If you had like a slow photo of what this woman is doing, it would look like Leonardo da Vinci's like arm guy.
yeah, that's a great description. Okay.
The bongo board was another one. So it's basically the whole, we've had them now too in this day where it's like that you put a board on a wheel or like a rolly tube and you try to balance on it.
Yeah.
And usually smash the shit out of your walls in the process.
Yeah.
It was like that.
Mm-hmm. That's good for like training. When people use that for training for like snowboarding and stuff, I thought.
And hockey.
Oh, okay, maybe that's what it is. Yeah.
Then we also have so many variations of treadmills.
Sick.
One of them is on water.
Oh, okay. My favorite kind.
So that's the nautical treadmill.
Oh, that would be so much fun. Until you bonk your head off of it.
You'd probably get a similar workout as if you have like an ocean bike kind of thing. Like, you know.
Oh, okay.
Have you seen those sea bikes?
No.
It literally looks like that, but it's a bike and you pedal.
Oh, I'm only thinking of the ones in like SpongeBob. where they just ride them under the ocean.
Okay. Rowing machine variations, lots of resistance bands. This photo is so creepy. It's this man with like resistance band around his neck attached to his feet, and then his hands are pulling up from the band from his feet.
And he's just like deadpan.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing on his face.
Yeah. And then it just kind of dives into like different Pilates methods.
Oh yeah, because we're in the 1980s now.
Yeah. This one touches on 70s, so it starts there for the 70s. And it's just jazzercise comes in, as we said.
Nice.
And all that. And then now we're kind of similar to what we've been seeing now. But
That's
some of these early ones are like, I was like, what the heck
is going on? I love it.
But yeah. So
we'll share those hopefully on our Instagram and our video as well, so you guys can take a look at those and our description.
Definitely.
That's so sweet.
So that's like the ins and outs. We have a few other things. Like I had a few other links of like fitness trends, but it basically all covers some of the weirdest ones I just shared.
That's sweet.
One other one is like there used to be hula hooping was like a big thing.
Yeah.
And you see it's come back a little bit.
It has come back. Like a lot of people are using it because it's I forget what it's good for, but like yeah. It's a great way to start your weight loss journey. Like if you're starting in like the multiple hundreds of pounds, it's just an easy movement that you can do. Yeah. And then there's one girl on TikTok where she has like a fancy hula hoop that I think she can weight almost.
It's a link. They're links. And so you can remove links as you get smaller.
Yeah.
Or whatever. And then it's like a string and then there's like a weight on the end of it.
Yeah,
like
that's what it is. Yeah.
So it's not like an actual hoop. It's like
the one
belt.
that goes around your ankle.
Kind of, yeah. It's like a belt and then you like has a string and a weight attached to it. So you have to do the same motion, but it's not a hoop.
Yeah.
So it's easier to keep up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty much all we have for body trends and health myths. I heard something that said that January and February are the hardest months to lose weight because we're like programmed kind of to go into hibernation.
Yeah.
But I couldn't find anything that really
like the science that backs it up.
Yeah.
But you can see like we're in the seasonal eating.
It's a sluggish time where we're like you preparing for winter to slow down, and then like March, April, May, you're kind of amping up again for spring. But it's just unfortunate that January and February are like the hardest months to like stay motivated when that's when everyone's pushing their New Year's resolutions on you.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Say la vie. For today's segment, Jordan and I both grew up in ingredient-only households. If you don't know what an ingredient-only household is, it's the household where your childhood snacks were not Dunkaroos or I can't even think Welch's fruit snacks,
like Goldfish,
Rice
Krispie Squares, granola bars.
Yeah, if you think of like your favorite childhood snack and it has a package, that wasn't us.
That wasn't us. Like if I was craving a Rice Krispie Square, I would just take a handful of Rice Krispie cereal.
Oh yeah.
And that's what it is.
And a little bit of brown sugar and some milk. That was mine.
Oh no, I just eat it raw. That was the total. I loved it. It was just raw Rice Krispies.
So we are going to rate ingredient only snacks as found on BuzzFeed.
Yes.
Okay. And we'll do what? 1 to 10? Whatever?
Sure, yeah.
Just out of 10. Plain tortilla.
Oh, that's a solid. No, a plain tortilla I never did. So I'm going to give that a 3 out of 10.
Yeah, I'll give it a plain tortilla a 3, but I would always make myself like just like a cheese quesadilla.
I would do peanut butter and jam and then roll it up.
Yeah, that's a good one. Or Nutella and peanut butter.
Oh, we never had Nutella.
It was a treat when we had Nutella. But like a Nutella, not peanut butter, sorry, but Nutella and a banana. Oh, yeah. Roll it up like that.
Yeah, I think my siblings would do, or my mom would do like peanut butter and honey.
Oh, yeah.
As well. That was a big one.
Yeah. Chocolate. So I guess we got 3 out of 10, right?
Yeah.
Chocolate chips.
I ate that a lot as a kid.
I have to go 10 out of 10. I love chocolate.
I'm not into it. I'm giving that like a 4.
Yeah. I was like the type though, like I wouldn't always like put myself like a bowl or like a ramekin of chocolate chips. Sometimes I would just go into the pantry and I would just pour them into my hand and like shove them in my mouth.
Yeah.
Just do handfuls of like
That's
chocolate chips.
Yeah. Like my mom and my sister, like to this day, will just go in and grab a handful of chocolate chips. And they're like, what a great snack. And I'm like, well, no.
I still am like that person.
Well, and even if we have ice cream or something and they put chocolate chips on it, it's like ice cream with your chocolate chips kind of thing.
Yeah. 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 No, I'm a chocolate chip cookie dough gal for sure. No. And as a kid, whenever we had marshmallows and chocolate chips, I would like shove chocolate chips in the marshmallows and eat it like those two like together.
Oh, smart. Yeah. Whenever we had marshmallows, it was never like that was the one ingredient we weren't allowed to like snack on. But we could have just like a handful of chocolate chips, which I'd imagine has to be equivalent to a marshmallow in terms of sugar. Yeah. But if I had to choose, I would choose a marshmallow over chocolate chips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I would just like, I would shove them in. I'd rip the marshmallows in half because we always had jumbo marshmallows and mini chocolate chips.
Yeah.
So I'd rip the marshmallows in half and I would like have a bowl of chocolate chips and I'd just like dip the sticky part of the marshmallow in with the chocolate chips. Yeah. Yeah. Or I'd like shove it into the mini ones and have it like snacks. Like that. Okay. Rolled up lunch meat.
Oh, we never really had that, but I would give it a 5 because it has semi-decent protein content.
I give it a 6.
Yeah.
As an adult, sometimes like a turkey rolled up with like mustard in it. Slaps.
Yep.
Spoonful of peanut butter.
Oh man, we do a spoonful of peanut butter, put some chocolate chips on top, and we're good to go. I don't like peanut butter. So it was really annoying. I go, Mom, I'm hungry. You could just have a peanut butter sucker. I don't want a peanut butter sucker. A peanut butter sucker? That's what we called it, yeah.
That's hilarious.
So those are a 4 for me.
I like peanut butter. I give it a 7. It was good. Good. Croutons.
Oh, a 10 out of 10. We had the Costco croutons. Oh my gosh, I could eat the whole bag.
It wasn't a normal thing for me to go for croutons. We would go for just plain like lightly salted tortilla chips.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's what we had more often.
Yeah.
But croutons, yeah, I could see it being like a solid 7 as well.
Yeah, no one else would eat the croutons because they had gluten in them. So I was the only one that would eat them. So I had my own personal stash and it was awesome.
Yeah. Leading on the same foot there, dry cereal.
Yeah, I was big into it. I like it's like an 8.
Yeah, I'll give it an 8 as well.
Yeah.
For sure.
Oh dear.
Cinnamon toast.
10 out of 10. Top notch. Yeah. Freaking love cinnamon toast. Yeah. That used to be such a treat.
Oh my God, I know.
I was like, can I just have some cinnamon toast? Dad would be like, yes.
I went through this era where I just like pre-mashed my like brown sugar, cinnamon, and butter mixture. And occasionally a spoonful of that. Yeah. Just so good.
Well, I saw somewhere I think it was your work, had like cinnamon honey. And I was like, yo, I should have bought it. I haven't had supper yet, so I could go for some mean cinnamon toast.
Okay, shredded cheese. I wouldn't shred it, I would just like slice it.
Yeah, we would just have slices. But yeah, it was pretty good.
On crackers, cheese and crackers.
Yeah, I guess that'll get a 9.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. Okay, this is one I never did. Crushed ice.
I love chewing on ice. We never had a lot of ice though.
Yeah.
But that gets a 10 out of 10. I love chewing on ice until my dad told me that apparently when you chew on ice, it means you're sexually frustrated. Don't know the science behind that. But I also learned that chewing on ice causes microfissures in your teeth. And so it's like really bad for your teeth to do that. So I kind of also stopped doing it then because I'm terrified of getting like gum disease.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Saltines.
Butter on top.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
Saltines and cheese.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I literally would just like have some saltine with my butter sometimes and just eat it. Oh, so good.
Yeah. So Jordan and I both, not only were we ingredient only households, we were ingredient only households with no microwave.
Yeah.
So microwave nachos, shredded cheese melted on top of tortilla chips. So basically just making yourself nachos as a snack.
Yeah. Which we would do, but we would use the oven.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Same.
And so 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. Yeah. It's tasty. But yeah, no, we didn't have a microwave, so that wasn't an option.
Yeah. That's like one of Bryce's like favorite snacks from growing up is cheese bread.
Yeah.
And it's literally just you put cheese on bread and then you put it in the microwave and it melts and it's so good.
So my boyfriend had the microwave too.
Yeah.
He puts cheese on saltines and microwaves it.
Oh, interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's like saltine nachos.
For me, it feels like saltines would kind of melt in the microwave. So I feel like with melted cheese on top of them, they'd be really soggy.
Not really.
Okay.
Not
I don't
really.
know why I think that.
With enough, if you get like a greasy spot from all the cheese melt, then yeah. But it's no more than like nachos.
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay, and last one. Let me say this one because it was weird. Maraschino cherries.
No.
We never had a jar of maraschino cherries.
Yeah.
But I will go the one kind of snack that we did have were those fruit cups.
Yeah, those fruit cups were good.
And the maraschino cherries in those fruit cups.
That was my favorite part.
Slapped.
Yeah, so good.
We love a mandarin orange fruit cup and we love a maraschino cherry and a mandarin orange.
Yeah, we never had them a lot. And if we did, Graylin would eat them because he loved them. But if I could snag a maraschino cherry out of it, I was a happy girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were going to a restaurant in Shirley Temple just for the maraschino cherry.
Ooh, no, we weren't allowed to order anything but water. To this day, I haven't had a Shirley Temple.
Oh my God.
I think.
Oh my God, we need to get you a Shirley Temple. It's like a rite of passage. As the granddaughter of a restaurant owner, it's a rite of passage.
Well, I'm trying to remember what we ordered in Mexico. We had like lots of Miami Vices, but I don't remember if we ordered any like Shirley Temples or if it was just... I don't remember what we ordered, but...
We gotta get you a Shirley Temple, girl.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a must.
Mm-hmm. Okay, next time we go out.
You gotta start 2024 with a Shirley Temple. Your girls know you have to have Shirley Temples.
I know it's your birthday. We're having Shirley Temples.
You can add alcohol to it if you want, but...
No, gotta have the whole experience.
Orange juice, Sprite, and grenadine.
Yeah, it sounds delightful.
It's really good.
Sounds really good, actually.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. We love to see it.
It's basically a tequila sunrise, but add Sprite and
it's just a
remove the
sunrise.
tequila.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so fun. I'm so excited.
Perfect. Well,
all right.
That's that on that.
Mm-hmm.
We hope you all had a happy, safe New Year.
Mm-hmm. And go to patreon.com/sometimes to sign up for our Patreon. It's $2 a month. You get all of our episodes ad-free.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to plan a whole bunch of fun stuff for the new year for all of our patrons. So you're definitely going to want to do that and not miss out.
Join the Ciabatta Club.
Join the Ciabatta Club. Yeah. That's going to be our first tiers, the Ciabatta Club.
Yep.
That's so cute. I love it. So do that and be a part of our community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then for us, I'm Mak Jubes.
I'm Mak Jubes.
We're Sometimes Ciabatta Slaps on all social media platforms. You can find our website, sometimesciabattaslaps.com, to find everything you gotta know about us. We're talking episode links, audio and video. We're talking affiliate links. We're talking merch links. We're talking book club reviews, guest links. All you gotta know. Instagram is where you can find us and vote on polls, and also get another a quick say. We do a lot of polling there too.
Yep.
TikTok, you can find a clusterfuck of whatever.
Yeah.
Who knows? I'm not going to give you any sort of
there's no promises. Yeah. There's no promises for TikTok.
It's just there.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you want to give us a follow, if you like what we're doing, or if you just like us, give us a like, follow, rate, review, whatever device you're watching this on.
Subscribe to us on YouTube.
Do it. Do the dang thing. And with that being said, we will see you guys next Tuesday.
That's all for now.
Bye.